Big Brother player dazzles in a new car commercial. Morgan Pope, who came in third place on Big Brother Season 27, recently shared an exciting career update on X, FKA Twitter. She filmed a car commercial before competing on the CBS reality show, and it's finally out. And her post, Morgan wrote, "My Cadillac commercial is out. Filmed this a few months before the show. You'll see me wearing the blue dress." Although Morgan can only be seen for brief moments at a time, she looks beautiful and comfortable, indicating she was very much in her element during filming Morgan Pope's Big Brother journey. Morgan was a powerhouse on Big Brother Season 27. Although she struggled to win competitions in the beginning, even falling third during the infamous wall comp, a competition Morgan was sure she would do well at, the Twitch streamer was able to turn things around. In every week following the wall comp, Morgan won at least one competition, giving her the record for most competition wins in consecutive weeks. Besides her impressive Big Brother resume, Morgan was known on Big Brother Season 27 for her relationship with runner-up Vince Panaro. Although Vince had a long-term girlfriend outside of the house, he and Morgan's close friendship sometimes caused audience members and houseguests alike to question how platonic the two really were. Vorgan, as fans called them, was even called out by Zingbot during his annual roast of the Houseguests. Although Morgan was a competition beast, going down in Big Brother history as one of the greatest competitors the show has ever seen, she wasn't able to pull out the most important win when she needed it. In the final head of household competition, Morgan lost to Ashley Hollis. When Ashley chose to sit next to Vince in the final two chairs, Morgan became the final member of the Big Brother jury. Morgan voted for Vince to win the $750,000 grand prize, making her the only vote for him. Everyone else voted for Ashley, who ultimately won the season. Morgan Pope's life outside of Big Brother. While on Big Brother, Morgan claimed her official job was being a Twitch streamer. While the five-time veto winner is, in fact, a Twitch streamer, that's not the only thing she does for an income. Morgan is a model. Her Instagram handle is _modelmorg. She's repped by Trisha Brink Management. Throughout her time on Big Brother, fans found various pieces of evidence of Morgan's modeling career. With the release of this car commercial, Morgan also shows she may have a career in acting. Big Brother. Come December 27th, every internet search will require digital ID verification in Australia. If the search engine provider fails to check for your ID, they face a $50 million fine for each breach of the law. Needless to say, I am pretty sure that search engines will comply with the law. Australians will soon be subjected to mandatory age checks across the internet landscape, in what has been described as a huge and unprecedented change. Search engines are next in line for the same controversial age assurance technology behind the teen social media ban, and other parts of the internet are likely to follow suit. At the end of June, Australia quietly introduced rules forcing companies such as Google and Microsoft to check the ages of logged-in users, in an effort to limit children's access to harmful content such as pornography. But experts have warned the move could compromise Australians' privacy online and may not do much to protect young people. "I have not seen anything like this anywhere else in the world," said Lisa Given, professor of information sciences from RMIT, who specializes in age assurance technology. "As people learn about the implications of this, we will likely see people stepping up and saying, 'Wait a minute, why wasn't I told that this was going to happen?'" From December 27th, Google, which dominates the Australian search market with a share of more than 90%, and its rival, Microsoft, will have to use some form of age assurance technology on users when they sign in, or face fines of almost $50 million per breach. The search results for logged-in users under the age of 18 will be filtered for pornography, high-impact violence, material promoting eating disorders, and a range of other content. Despite the apparent magnitude of the shift, it has mostly gone unnoticed, in stark contrast to the political and media fanfare surrounding the teen social media ban, which will block under-16s from major platforms using similar technology. It's for the children, you see. Because of course it is. Everything is for the. This is one more example of how privacy protections are eroding faster than a dam built of loose straw in the Anglosphere. Age restrictions on pornography, or, less convincingly, on social media, can be justified as necessary to protect children from genuinely harmful content. But requiring every search to be tied to a specific identified person is an outrageous invasion of privacy and ripe for abuse. Starting December 27, Australians will be forced to upload government ID every time they search the web while logged in. Google, Bing, it doesn't matter. No ID, no search. The excuse? Protecting kids from adult content. The reality? A full-scale experiment in digital control. Mandatory ID uploads for all users, teenagers, seniors, everyone. Facial recognition or digital ID linking as the convenient alternative. No opt-out. No transparency. Just compliance. This isn't just about Australia. It's a test case for global surveillance. Once the infrastructure exists, what's stopping other governments from adopting it? Tracking searches? Censoring results? Who decides what you're allowed to see? If this stands, your country will be next. The slippery slope starts here. Will you let them build it? I almost never agree with The Guardian, but their description of how dystopian the digital ID requirement is and how it has been slipped in through the back door is one place I can do so. If this is the first time you're hearing about it, you're not alone. Despite the significance of the changes, these latest rules are the result of industry codes, which differs to regular legislation. These codes don't go through Parliament. Instead, they're developed by the tech industry and registered by the e-Safety Commissioner in a process called co-regulation. On one hand, this can be good. It can allow for more flexibility or technology-specific detail that is less appropriate in legislation. On the other, it creates risk of industry co-option and by bypassing parliamentary process, can give an enormous amount of power to an unelected official, in this case, the e-Safety Commissioner. Greens Senator David Shoebridge has called the implications of age verification for search engines staggering and noted that these proposals don't have to go through an elected parliament and we can't vote them down no matter how significant concerns are. That combined with lack of public input is a serious issue. The age verification policy development process has been littered with blunders that make a mockery of meaningful consultation and evidence-based policy development. It is particularly striking that these codes were drafted before the completion of the government's $6.5 million trial into the efficacy of age assurance. Later, the trial's preliminary findings conceded the technology is not guaranteed to be effective, and noted concerning evidence that some technology providers were seeking to collect too much personal information. You see how they did this? Not through a law, where there are democratic checks on lawmakers, but through regulations, which are designed and implemented behind closed doors. Technocrats run our lives for their convenience. What happened with Vince Panaro's girlfriend, Kelsey, during Big Brother Season 27? Read more. Vince Panaro's girlfriend, Kelsey, broke up with him after a 7-year relationship while he was still on Big Brother. Despite laying the groundwork for the boundaries he was meant to maintain on the show, Vince's actions blurred the lines, leaving Kelsey hurt. The two mutually agreed to take some time apart as they figured out what the future of their relationship would look like. Read more. Bless this mess. Big Brother 27 foot recap. Was Ava, Ashley, Morgan, or Vince evicted in 4th place? The final 4 compete in head of household and veto competitions before voting someone out of the house. Heading into the final 4 eviction episode of Big Brother 27, Keanu Soto had just been evicted by a 2-0 vote over Ava Pearl during the Mastermind's month of mayhem. I was able to prove to myself how resilient I could be and see what I'm made out of, Keanu told Gold Derby in his exit interview. That decision left just 4 people still in the running to win the $750,000 grand prize: Long Island aura painter Ava, Chicago attorney Ashley Hollis, Palm Springs gamer Morgan Pope, and unemployed Californian Vince Panaro. So, which contestant was voted out in 4th place? Read on for our recap of Big Brother Season 27, Episode 37, which aired Thursday, September 25 on CBS. The latest eliminee will immediately join Rachel Riley, Will Williams, Kelly Jorgensen, Lauren Domingue, and Keanu in the jury house begin where Wednesday's episode left off, with Keanu saying goodbye after the mastermind forced the players to have a midweek elimination. Vince, the HOH winner, and Morgan, the veto winner, were once again in control of the house, and they decided that it was Keanu's time to take his Dungeon Master routine on the road to the jury house. The remaining players then began the next head of household competition in the backyard, where the non-romantic couple was hoping to claim power yet again and enjoy another easy week. #But first Keanu's goodbye. Because he was evicted outside of a live episode with Julie Chen Moonves, Keanu was in the studio tonight to speak with her. He told her that Jimmy Hegarty sabotaged his social game at the beginning and that made him a target for the rest of the game, even from his allies like Vince, Riley Jeffries and Adrian Rocha. The endurance HOH that he lost to Vince was unsettling because he said they had a talk prior to the competition that made him think he could still trust Vince fully and so he felt comfortable letting him win. Despite being stabbed in the back by allies, Keanu emphasized that there's a human element in this game and so the grace he offered Vince was the move. One of his personal goals for the game was to not let his kindness be taken for weakness and he thinks that even if that's why he left the game then he's okay with that. To determine the next HOH, Ashley, Ava and Morgan competed in Forensoscope, a race to earn 3 points first by maneuvering an oversized cube cage around a platform to match evidence symbols that are on specific sides of the cube. The